Partying for a Purpose was started by Angela Brannon in 1997. She threw parties and donated all the money to her favorite charities. In 2004, Angela and Sean Hale joined together to create It's All About the Kids Foundation. Since then, over 10,000 children have been helped by their activities and programs.
When I was 16, I went to my first It's All About the Kids event. I learned life skills, responsibility, and the ability to develop a good self-esteem. I am now 22, attending college, and I am currently involved with It's All About the Kids.
I've been going to It's All About the Kids activities for over 4 years now. I'm currently in the college program. In it, I've learned how to set goals and deal with life. Thank you, It's All About the Kids.
When I was in high school, I attended many It's All About the Kids program and activities. The program has helped prepare me for college and life. I now assist with activities and events.
We're back with the Real Talk Show, Woman Talk Show with Brandee J and Kristy Salazar, and I have our special guest today, Miss Angela Brannon-Baptiste. Yes, she was recently married, so we want to say congratulations to her because I know that's in a really exciting part of her journey. She's been a very exciting part of my journey and a very supportive part of my journey. So I had to come to the source because she is the founder of It's All About the Kids. So tell us, what is It's All About the Kids?
It's All About the Kids is a charity that I co-founded almost 11 years ago.
Wow.
We have programs in which we help kids succeed.
Okay.
So what that means is I teach financial literacy, self-esteem classes, manners and etiquette. We throw prom for the kids each year. I also throw different parties and activities, and we collect 1,500 toys every year for the holidays and just stuff throughout the year.
Okay.
We also have a college program where we help kids succeed in college that were previously homeless. I have 2 graduating in May. I'm so excited from UCSD. I'm sorry, one from UCSD and one from Merced.
Okay.
And then we also have orphanages down in Mexico. So we'll be installing a water filtration system at an orphanage next month.
Wow, what inspired you to get that going?
The Mexico
Everything.
angle, well, the whole angle is I've always had it in me since I was young. And I always wanted to start my own charity, and then I had the opportunity and dove right in, and here we are.
11 years later. And so the topic today is why can't women support and empower other women? Or why is it so hard? Why is there so much hating? Why is there so much competition? And I had to come to the source because if you've been running a charity for 11 years, I can assume that even with your great support network, you've come across things sometimes where people are just, they're not either willing to collaborate or they're just downright hating, for lack of a better word. Do you feel that to be the case in like all your 11 years of experience?
There's been amazing experiences.
Sure, of course.
But on this topic, there's been lots. I think what happens sometimes in the world is if you excel and you're doing real well, people want to cut you down.
Keep you level-headed.
Yeah, well, there's like a saying that, you know, pigs who live in slop want to live in slop, and they want to bring all the rest of the pigs in with them. So if your life isn't really great, then I think sometimes what happens is you hate on other people because you wish that you could be. There's that jealousy that comes in. But the thing that I think, the problem, that where it all stems from is your upbringing. I learned how to empower other people from my mother. I learned that at an early age. She instilled that in me, how important it is to help people, how important it is to lift people up.
The sense of community.
Yes, and that it takes more, it might be easier to be angry and to step over someone, but it makes you feel better if you help them up. So I've always had that in me, so I'm very grateful to my mom for teaching that to me. But I also think it's the culture. I think the culture that we live in right now is that it's okay for women to yell at each other, to treat them badly, to
well, if you look at a lot of the reality shows, if you look at a lot of the reality shows, I mean, you know, that's what you kind of see is you see women being paid to be disruptive on front of the camera with other women and to be catty and to be just,
and bad behavior is okay because those women have money. Or those women are successful, they have their own show. And I think what happens is the younger generation, those of us even our age, people see that because that's the culture. And so, oh, well, that's acceptable behavior. Well, it's not acceptable behavior. And also sometimes I don't think we as women call each other out. We kind of let it go. And so that bad behavior continues and continues and continues. So it's been a journey in my life. I adore helping people. I think it's really great. It makes you feel wonderful when they're successful and they continue to be successful. But for a lot of people, if they're not, they don't have that in them, they're so trapped in their own unhappiness that it just spreads.
Because it's kind of like either you have it or you don't. And I think, I was just talking about this with someone the other day, and I said, you cannot instill a sense of community in a person when they just don't have the passion for it. If they don't have the passion for it, it's like trying to speak to a wall. You can't get the reception, the support that you need, because in them, it's not instilled in their heart. They don't find it to be something that they get gratification from or appreciation from. So it's really hard, because I think a lot of women, they go into something and they think, okay, well, everyone has the same mind frame. And it's not true. A lot of people, they'll say they empower, but it's self-empowerment. So I think there has to be a really fine definition of what is empowering women and what is self-empowerment. And that could be for men as well. So I think that's where we have to come to and say, okay, are you empowering because you want to see other people lifted up and shining because of what you invested in them? Or are you self-empowering where you're making yourself the focus in the center, hoping that you're going to be empowered and basically the center of attention at all times, and it's going to all come back to you? And I think that's where there's a really fine line that gets miscommunicated as far as what empowerment is. And I think that true empowerment says, I want you to shine, so I'm going to give you the platform to shine, and I'm going to love on you so you can shine.
I think also that you can teach it, because there can be experiences in your life and you can actually teach that, and so someone might have an awakening. But I just think it's important that we treat each other well, because it's not that hard. But I think that people just don't do it. And so if we are constantly just trying to break those barriers down by being good to people all the time, I mean, of course I have my moments, believe me, my friends will tell you I have my moments.
She's human.
I have my moments where I just am frustrated with the lack of concern, but I think it's about paying attention. I think it's about paying attention to things that go on around you. I try to teach the teenage girls and boys that I mentor to pay attention all the time to what's going on around you, because it's manners.
Etiquette.
And etiquette, and we go through, oh, well, is it wrong for a man to open up the door for a woman? Well, is it wrong for me to open up the door for someone who's older than me, or for me to just open up the door for anyone? I think it's just our manners are lacking. But we have to instill that in people, and we have to share that, and maybe it will spread. I can hope that it will spread. But I think that being backbiting and not being a good friend is something that we need to avoid. And I think that as women, we have to teach that to each other, because we have to teach that to the daughters, to the nieces, to the young girls that are coming up, and boys as well. But if we're going to talk about women, we've got to treat each other better. We've got to be better friends and be honest and accept failure from each other, because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I say the wrong things. I may say something that might hurt someone's feelings, but you got to call me out on it too.
And that goes back to, how do you call someone out?
This is how you do it. You say, you know what? That really hurt my feelings. You don't come back with something nasty about them. You just say, wow, that really hurt my feelings. You really got me good. So what's going on with you today?
And you put
so why are you being so? What happened to you today? Because usually what happens when we're mean to our friends, it's because something happened to us.
Yeah, we're dealing with something.
Yeah. And so it's easier for me to just lash out and say something
then look
nasty.
in the mirror about what I'm really doing.
Say something nasty about your, your ex. You don't need to hear that. That's not nice. It's better to be nice to each other. And it's not easy, because we are captured in our own lives, and we have all these things that are going on in our own lives, and I don't always have time for all these other people in my lives, because I've got to take care of my business. I have to take care of my husband. I have to take care of my dog. I don't have children. But I also treasure my friends. But if I'm not good to the people that are around me, nothing in my life is going to be good. Nothing is. And it doesn't take, I mean, what did they say? It takes more, you get more wrinkles when you frown than when you smile.
Yeah, true.
But I think that when you walk away from some sort of a situation in which you've made someone feel good, and in turn you feel good, then it's a win-win.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because we don't have that in our culture,
it's not
instead we're talking about what happened on one of the housewife shows, that I can't believe that they did that. But why are we even talking about it? They got us. So when bad behavior happens,
it's acceptable.
everybody thinks it's okay. And it's not okay. It's not okay to treat people badly.
There you go. It's not okay.
It's
so
not
when
okay.
we're talking about women empowering others and women coming together, remember, it goes back to the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated and you want to be, you want to basically have someone empower you and pour into you, do the same. It comes full circle. I feel like that's such a testament to my journey is that I put myself in places where I was able to really invest in others, and I've seen it come full circle. And it's amazing how that happens, because when you really do make those partnerships and those, people always talk about networking. And I feel like it's not networking, it's about building relationships, because a network is just a network. And if you look at network, it's a technical word. But if you look at relationship and partnerships, that's saying, I am along with you on this journey, and I want to see you succeed, and I want to be part of your success. And I think when we stop focusing so much on the networking, of sprinkler networking, I'm going to go to this networking, go to this networking, it's like, really, let's take genuine, invested time with each person and say, hey, I want to be alongside you. And I think that's where women can really come together and say, you know what, I want to take time to learn about your journey, I want you to learn about mine, and we truly are going to have a relationship that, of course, because when you trust someone, business develops.
Absolutely.
That's just, you do business with people you trust.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and your integrity is important.
Exactly.
But it also is caring about the people that you work with, and you're able to then pick up the phone and get things taken care of, because you actually care about what's going on in their lives. How are the kids? How's this going on? Are you surviving with the newborn? I mean, all the different things that go on in someone's life, but you actually care about them, and you actually care about what's going on in their life. Therefore, doing business is easy. I think people have lost that. I actually have started to call people.
Really? What's a call?
Yes, and it freaks them out.
It's not a text.
They're like, I said, I decided to use this thing called the telephone today and call you and ask you how you are and talk to you about what's going on. And people are like, what? What? Really? Because we fall into this society where we just text and we just email, which I do think is important, because you need to back up everything you do as women and as men, as good business people. Put it all on paper. I counted today. I have 53,000 emails in my email box today.
Gosh.
And I'm not kidding. That's serious, because I keep every email too. But I think it's important to reach out. It takes a couple extra minutes, but it makes a huge difference, because we used to have to call each other. Yeah. We used to have to make that face-to-face. And I'm doing more Skype. So I'm doing Skype meetings, so at least I see people when I talk to them. And it just, it makes the world a better place. It does. And it makes your business better, because people do business with people they like.
There you go.
You might spend a little bit more because you like them and because you like what they stand for. Because I'm not going to do business with someone I don't like.
Exactly.
I don't care how cheap
and not all
and
collaborations are good collaborations.
No.
And I really want to say that. There's some people you can wish them well, and you can say, I have nothing against it, but it's not a good fit for me. And it's being able to have that respect for yourself and knowing everything is not going to fit you, and that's okay.
Well, there's power in the word no.
There you go. Learn it.
And I always say yes and say, no, this doesn't work for me, or no, I learned from that and I'm not going to do it again, because I'm going to learn from my experiences and my little Yoda moments. So
there you go. So I wanted to get a little bit with Angela, and I wanted to see, we're going to come back for a panel, but I wanted to have some one-on-one time with her, because I felt like she has spent so much time in the industry and in the environment, not even just the industry, in the environment and the community. And I wanted people to see, you can collaborate, you can have good, empowerment, you can have all that, but it starts with really looking and saying, what do I want from my life? Because if you want that, you'll give it to someone else. So with that said, we'll be back in just a little bit. The Real Woman Talk Show with Brandee J and Kristy Salazar. Guest today, Miss Angela Brannon-Baptiste, founder of It's All About the Kids. Be back. Bye.